afternoon. I have with us today Scott Powell from Skyline Corporate Communications Group. How are you, Scott?
I'm very well. How are you, Johnny? Thanks for having me today.
I'm very good. It's a pleasure to have you on the program. So, Scott, why don't you start us off by telling us what your company does?
Sure. So, Skyline Corporate Communications Group, LLC, we're a privately held investor relations and corporate communications firm with offices in New York City and Boston.
Hmm. And who are your typical clients?
We work primarily with small cap and micro cap public companies. We also work with later stage private companies that are preparing to enter the public marketplace, generally through an IPO. We help these companies really with two facets. One is we help them to communicate more effectively their corporate story, their competitive advantages, and we help them communicate that to a wider audience within the financial community, primarily in the United States.
Hmm. And what are your competitive advantages? What makes you different from the competition?
I believe our competitive advantages are, I mean, there are several. So one of them is our senior level team. Many of us have decade, 2 decades of experience in capital markets, finance, law, accounting, corporate communications, investor relations.
Hmm.
We also, our team also has a lot of experience in running public companies as well. So not just advising public companies, but also a number of us have experience in C-level positions and or on boards of public companies. So really helping guide these public companies. So we're able to see things from both sides of the equation. We're able to see things externally as a consultant. We're also able to put on our hat because we're either in that position currently or have been in that position currently previously, where we're helping to run public companies. So senior level experience is one component, and a lot of personalized attention. We really try to craft our services and tailor them specifically to each client's needs, as opposed to offering the same services to every client. We try to listen, understand what the client's needs are. Is it really reaching more institutional investors? Is it more analyst coverage? Is it just doing a better job issuing more press releases and writing the press releases more effectively? Is it social media work? Do they need help with their social media assets? Do they need more interviews in the financial press and the financial community? So it really depends on the client's needs, and we really try to tailor our services to meet those specific needs.
Hmm. Thank you. That's awesome. It's my understanding that Skyline has a few pre-IPO companies that you're working with. What is it that you do for them?
That's a great question, and it's really a growing part of our business. We like working with pre-IPO companies or private companies that are planning to enter the public marketplace. Primarily, what we're doing for those companies is handling their visual communications and written communications assets. So, what I mean by that is we're auditing their existing PowerPoint, we're auditing their existing corporate website. We're coming back with specific suggestions to add slides, rearrange slides, change content, change the messaging, improve the graphics on the corporate website. Many times they don't have an investor relations section, so really helping them to build out the IR section of the corporate website. Many of these private companies have never issued press releases, or if they have, they've distributed them locally. So we help them get a major newswire account set up, help them write press releases, help them distribute press releases, and then repost those through our social media sites. Many companies come to us without robust social media assets. So sometimes they may have no social media accounts, or they may have one or two social media accounts and very few followers and very little activity on their account in terms of posting original content. So that's really where our team will come into play, is really helping improve those initial touch points. Because when you're speaking with a member of the financial community, a stockbroker or an investor, for instance, the first place they go is to the corporate website. They'll look at the corporate PowerPoint. They may go to your social media sites. And so making sure that our clients have really robust and assets when it comes to their website, PowerPoint, and social media sites. And then when there are Google searches that are done, there's press releases that pop up, the corporate website pops up, and making sure that these are really investor ready and also investor friendly. So that's really the services that we provide to these private companies that are planning to enter the public marketplace. And then once these companies are public, there's a lot more that we can do for them in terms of introductions to research analysts, investment bankers, handling the communications with existing and prospective shareholders, getting them interviews in the financial press, and then continuing all the other work that we did while they were private, helping them to write press releases, scripts for earnings conference calls, scripts for annual shareholder meetings, and continuing the social media and financial press outreach.
Well, that's awesome. It's a lot you do at Skyline. Do you have anything else you want our viewers to know about Skyline?
No, I think we've covered a lot of ground, Johnny. I really appreciate the time today. We are always looking for always looking for interesting, growing public and private companies that are looking to work with a seasoned investor relations team like Skyline. So, would encourage any companies that are looking to work with an investor relations agency or maybe upgrade their investor relations agency. You can find more information about Skyline Corporate Communications Group LLC on our website, which is skylineccg.com.
Thank you, Scott. It was great to have you on the program.
Thank you, everyone, to the Benzinga team. It was great to be here again.